and things and stuff, stuff and things.
And I am the finest hurdy-gurdy player in all of the kingdom.
Andre, you're the only hurdy-gurdy player.
I cannot get rid of these people. So I would like to play for you first. It is a tune from around 1623 from the great English dance master, Clayford. It is the Parson's Farewell. English dances were many country dances, and they put out a manual because the dances of the court were too sophisticated for the country folk, as they could not afford dance lessons. So these were English folk country dances.
Mushering dum do it da. Mushering dum do it da. Black fog daddy-o, black fog daddy-o, there's I went to my chamber, for all take slumber. I took the cold and jewels, and for sure it was no good. But till the melted waters, I said for Captain Phil, we'll be ready for the slaughter. Mushering dum do it da. Black fog daddy-o, black fog daddy-o, there's as early as the morning, just before I rose up, I first put in the pistol, for she was the woman when I put it into the water, so I was tasting. Mushering dum do it da.
Finnegan of the body, bodacious, bothersome, brown, bohemian brethren, feel free to call me Friar. Can you all say my name? Friar! That's right, if you say my name near the wenches with the low-cut tops and they giggle, it's not my fault. I'm here to bring you joy and jocularity through very good song and very bad joke. So I shall begin with a very bad joke. If the fairies catch a friar in the woods and they make him dance lower and lower and lower, do you know what he becomes? A deep fryer. They're not going to get better, I guarantee it. We have a new brother coming into the monastery. I was very excited about this because apparently he's a pilot, which means we finally have an air fryer. I'm just hoping we can sign up for those frequent fryer miles I've heard so much about. I don't know when that's going to happen. I am a friar, not to be confused with a monk or a priest. We have totally different vows, and I can say whatever I want to. Damn it. I had a 10-year-old tell me this joke, and I have laughed every time I think of it. Okay, what do you call a friar who's been shot? A holy man! It's terrible that 10-year-olds' jokes get more laughs than mine do. I would like to open my show with my favorite protest song of all times, my friends. It is called Free Beer! Now, when I sing the words free beer, I want you to yell out with all the gusto you can, free beer! So they can hear it all over this entire place. All right? I'm counting on you to do it. I know you can handle this because I'm really hoping that when we start yelling free beer, everybody will think we're giving away beer and they'll come see my show. Are we ready? Yep. Here we go! Free beer! Free beer! Free beer! Free beer! One thing the crowd wants to hear. There's only one thing that appeals to their ears. Free beer, free beer, free beer. One more time. Free beer, free beer. The one thing the crowd wants to hear. There's only one thing that appeals to their ears. Free beer, free beer, free beer. If you play in a tavern, a bar, or a pub, the crowd may not notice you much. They didn't come out here to listen to you. They're here for wine, whiskey, and such. They came to talk trash about the people they know, to flirt with a hot lad or lass. There's only one thing that gets them to sit up and get off their fat, lazy tails. Free beer! Free beer! The one thing the crowd wants to hear. There's only one thing that appeals to their ears. Free beer, free beer, free beer. I would like to thank all the adults for yelling loudly. It's a very funny song when all I hear is 7-year-olds screaming, free beer! I know it's a fight that we can't seem to win, my friends. It will only stay strong. If we work together, we'll get the thing done, make right where the world seems so wrong. Make your contribution to help us today. Enlist every woman or man. Just pay the bartender the ransom required and free all the beer that you can. Free beer! Free beer! The one thing the crowd wants to hear. There's only one thing that appeals to their ears. Free beer, free beer, free beer. One more time. Free beer, free beer. The one thing the crowd wants to hear. There's only one thing that appeals to their ears. Free beer, free beer, free beer. Free beer! Join the movement, my friends. Free all the beer you can from that horrible place of captivity up the hill. It's a terrible realistic stuck in a steel can. It's no place for a decent beer. I ask that you do not buy me a beer in the form of a tip or a gratuity. You see, I've taken a vow not to partake of alcohol for the next 24 hours. I take that vow every morning. It's kind of a one day at a time thing. Just kind of hoping it catches on. No, it was a terrible day when I realized I was allergic to alcohol. Now every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs.
There we go. I grabbed my glove. Yeah. Okay, right?
Yes.
edge to it. You don't hit it in the same place twice. You make a dent because you're hitting it twice there. What I did is I put some English on my hammer. As I was doing this, so as I rolled the steel, I was hitting it in a different spot, more or less each time. Now that's what we call a butterfly tongue or whoop-de-doo. And you always finish your metal. Don't leave just plain metal laying out. A, it looks a lot better, and B, you don't have any sharp, nasty edges bothering you. Now, next thing I'm going to do is put a question mark on top of it. Yeah, you want to show the question mark there? Yeah. We're going to put a question mark on it. That's the way I do my ends for this. This is a mulling iron. Now, everybody's got mulling spices. Mulling spices are okay, but in medieval times, what you do, you take a mulling iron, you put it in a wood fire until it turns yellow, and you stick it in the mold out cider. You mold the cider by heating it. What happens is you caramelize the sugars, and by caramelizing the sugars, you increase the fruity flavor of the spices themselves. Of course, you can mull it too much, you can burn the out of it too. There's a little bit of practice necessary, but you can generally get 2 mullings out of one heat of the mulling iron.
Dame is my title. It means that I have been knighted. I am also the Minister of Education for the Alabama Medieval Fantasy Festival. I'm going to allow the rest of my people here to introduce themselves. They will tell you their names and where they're from. I am Dame Marquez. I am from Ukraine.
Captain
Again, Connor.
School.
That's the first time.
Anyway, where was I? Captain
Joking.
Connor O'Malley of Ireland.
Aria.
Christoph Mertz, the lieutenant.
I'm Ula, I'm Ukrainian.
Matthias from Wales.
Wilhelm of Brandenburg.
And this is my keeper.
Gwentiana.
Now, our style of fighting is a 16th and 17th century sort of fighting. We use two different specific schools, and it is mostly dueling, what we like to call our Corsair duels. Now, our first match up will be sabers. Cutlass versus cutlass.
She taught me how to fight when I was 11 years old, and I am now 17, still fighting her.
She was 17 when I taught her how to fight.
Still losing too.
Still losing.
Let's get this over with.
Center up.
Oh, skirt. Oh, just skirt.
Floofy clothes always anger me!
Oh, you're playing cat and mouse today?
Forward. And he nailed you.
He got me too.
And
I think
Little
he's
Dude
tired.
wins. Okay, next up.